Hi there! For this video, we're going to discuss how to convert a percent to decimal and the vice versa from decimal to percent. So let's first start on how to convert decimals to percent. So say for example, if we have 0.5, there. So how do we convert this into its percent form? Well, what we basically do is we simply move two decimal places from left to right out here. We know that there is a 0 here. We can add that. So in percent form, this would become 50, since we moved two decimal places, percent. Or simply, we can remove the decimal point out here, since it's the same. So that is how we convert decimal to percent. We simply move the decimal point 2 times to the right. So let's try another example. If we have 0.25, so again, what we do is we move two decimal places to the right here. So 1 and 2. So that would give us 25%. Now if we have 0.001, although it's tempting to simply put 1% out here, we still need to follow the idea of moving only two decimal places. So we would have the point out here. So this would become 0.1%. Now what if we have 0.8333 and so on? So again, we move two decimal places to the right. So we move 1 and 2 out here. So this would become 83.333%. And again, we can simply write this one as 83.3 with a bar on the top. Now you might be asking, why not put the bar out here? Here, since it's also 3. But the thing is, if we put it out there, the outcome of this one would become 83333, which approaches infinity in the long run, and that is incorrect, since that is not the answer that we are looking for. So clearly we can't do that. So the key thing to remember is that we only put this oftentimes on numbers that are in the decimal part. So in this case, it's this one or this one. So now let's try one last example for converting decimal to percent. If we have 156. Now for this one, recall that 156 is actually equal to 156 with a decimal point. So we know that we can move this one twice So we know that there are some necessary zeros out here. So this would give us 15,600%. A very large percent, but that is the right answer for this one. Now let us try converting percents to decimals. So if we have 20%, so this one in decimal would simply be, the thing to do here is that we reverse the idea that we do a while ago. Instead of moving 2 decimal places to the right, what we do is we move 2 decimal places to the left. And recall that 20 is equal to 20 with a decimal point out here. So moving 2 decimal places to the left would give us with 0.20 or simply 0.2. And that is its conversion. If we have 12.5%, we again move 2 decimal places to the left, so 1, 2. So this would give us with 0.125. That is its conversion. So that is just basically how we convert percent to decimal. Instead of going 2 decimal places to the right, we go 2 decimal places to the left. So let's try this one. If we have 0.04%, although it's tempting again to simply put 4 out here, we follow the idea, so that would give us 2 decimal places out here. We know that we can still put a 0 out here, so this one would become 0.0004 in decimal. As simple as that one. Let's try this 2 last examples. If we have 16.6 %, so again, if we convert this one, simply move this 2 times, and this would give us with 0.166 bar. Now observe here that we can actually put the bar here instead, since it's the same number. So this one would be equal to 0.16 with a bar. So just take note of that to simplify things. And lastly, we have 7,000%, a very large percent. But recall that this one is equal to 7,000 with the decimal point out here. So again, moving this 2 times would give us 7 with the decimal point, or simply just 70. So these are our final answers. And so that is basically it in converting percent and decimals. Now, if you're asking, how about fractions? Now, the key in converting fractions to percent is that we convert it first to a decimal. So if we have like, 1/4 in decimal. We know that this one is 0.25 if I am not mistaken, and applying the idea out here will give us with 25%, like that. Oops. Let's move this first here. So to generalize the idea in conversion of rational numbers, we have this one: fraction to decimal to percent and percent to decimal to fraction. So basically, decimals are like our middleman in this conversion. From decimal, you can branch out to different types of rational numbers. So take note of this idea. And so that is all for this video.